Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome to the Caiden Cowger program, broadcasting from West Virginia. It is great to have you with us. Absolute insanity. Absolute insanity is what we're seeing coming out of the NFL. On Sunday, a bunch of NFL players, along with team owners and coaches, decided to have a mass protest of our national anthem. A mass protest of our national anthem. You had players that were kneeling, that refused to stand for the anthem. You had the entire Pittsburgh Steelers football team that refused to even come out for it, all except one player, Alejandro Villanueva, who is a former Bronze Star recipient, did 3 tours in Afghanistan. He's a West Point grad, turned Army Ranger. He said, I don't care what my team is doing. I'm going to go out and I am going to show some respect for this nation and for that flag. And he went out there despite his entire team refusing to do so. And the guy's a patriot. Thank you, sir, for what you did in Afghanistan and what you did at that game. But it's absolutely sick what we're seeing take place. And I have the audio bit. Actually, I have the statement from the NFL commissioner that I'm going to read for you. But believe it or not, the Steelers football team is actually chastising Villanueva a bit for going out there anyway, standing for the national anthem. They are chastising him. You have the Steelers football coach that made the remark, I hoped every player would respect the team's decision not to come out for the anthem. So you hoped every player would respect the team's decision not to respect our nation. You, sir, are a piece of garbage. You are a piece of garbage. It's a good thing that someone like me is not the owner of the Steelers, because I would kick you so far out of your football career that you'd never see the light of day again, and you wouldn't even get a chance to operate a little league. Pee-wee football. You wouldn't even be able to do that. What a piece of trash. Mike Tomlin is the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm ticked because I was a Steelers fan. Not anymore. With an idiot like Mike Tomlin, as head coach, deciding to politicize the team. If you don't like this nation, sir, get the heck over to Canada. Get out of the country. Go away. If you think that this nation is so bad, go somewhere else. Just get out of our sight. Go to Canada. Go to Europe. Get out of the United States, because we, the people that love this country, do not want you here. Well, Caiden, it is un-American for you to tell them to go elsewhere. No, it's not. That's freedom of speech. They have every right not to stand if they don't want to. But you know what? We have every right under the First Amendment to express how we feel and call them out as being the idiots that they are, as being the unpatriotic scumbags that they are, as being the anti-American inbreds that they are. We have every right to say that. We have every right to call them that. We have every right to express what we want them to do, getting out of the country, okay? If you hate this nation and you want to transform it into being this little liberal utopia that you're trying to create, then go to a nation in Europe that's already been corrupted with this garbage, because it's working so well over there. But what we have seen from the NFL, what we have witnessed, is that the NFL is highly anti-American. Highly anti-American. And you know what? The ratings are suffering as a result of it. These people are nothing but pieces of trash. And that's right. Talking to you, Mike Tomlin, head of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm serious. I'm done with NFL. I'm not watching it. I don't care. I'm not buying any more Steelers crap. I'm done. This legitimately makes me mad. My grandfather got a disease over in Korea and never had the opportunity to meet him. He died before I was born. And from the stories that Dad told me about my grandfather, he was a really great guy and patriot. And then for people to disrespect our flag, disrespect our nation in the fashion that they have. They are pieces of scum. They are unworthy of breathing the air of freedom that you and I take in every day. They are completely unworthy. And just because you have the right not to stand for the national anthem does not mean that it is right. Did you hear me? I'm going to say that again for you, deaf liberals out there. Just because you have the right not to stand for the national anthem does not mean that it is right. Taking a symbolic ceremony, the national anthem, that is designed to unify the country, regardless of what you believe, regardless of partisanship, rather than accepting that, rather than unifying with the flag, what are they doing? They are causing division. They are causing division. And with that, I want to read for you the statement from the NFL. And here's a statement from the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell. I think Goodell. I don't really care how you pronounce his name. Goodell. Roger Goodell, go to, and I'm not saying that. I'm a good Christian. The NFL and our players are at our best when we help create a sense of unity in our country and our culture. A sense of unity. This is Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner. A sense of unity. NFL players are at our best when we help create a sense of unity in our country and our culture. What do you idiots think that you did on Sunday? You think you created a sense of unity in the country and in the culture? No. You people, you idiots, created division. You inbreds created division. You did not create any sense of unity whatsoever. You just promoted anti-American garbage. There is no better example than the amazing response from our clubs and players to the terrible natural disasters we've experienced over the last month. What does that have to do with any of this? Absolutely nothing. But he's just throwing little ad-libs in there to try to make the NFL sound better. Now listen to this. Divisive comments like these. What about divisive acts like these? He's referring to Trump's speech, where Donald Trump called on people to just start boycotting the NFL if they're not going to, if they're going to just spread anti-American garbage. Trump absolutely hammered him. He said if that these team owners need to get out there, and if he was a team owner, basically, these team owners need to get out there and just fire the people that are using their brand to promote anti-Americanism. And Trump's absolutely right. But anyway, the NFL said, divisive comments like these demonstrate an unfortunate lack of respect for the NFL. This is Roger Goodell. Divisive comments like these demonstrate an unfortunate lack of respect for the NFL. You egotistical piece of trash. What about respect for this country? You value the respect of the National Football League over the United States of America. You piece of trash. Who the heck do you think you are, and who the heck do you think the National Football League is? National is right there in the first word, but you don't have any respect for the nation. So why don't you just take national out of it? What a piece of trash. Our great game and all of our players, and a failure to understand the overwhelming force of good in our clubs and our players represent in our community. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, because you and your players have such a great record for being real community helpers, don't you? National Felons League is what Michael Savage called it. He nailed it right on the head. I tell you, guys, this is so absolutely sick. So you have an entire sports league now that is the mainstream that is expressing anti-Americanism, and they're proud of it. They are absolutely proud of it. They are spitting upon the graves of every single soldier that has ever died in combat or died as a result of illnesses that they got while they were over in combat, and injuries that they got while they were over in combat. I tell you guys, this stuff legitimately makes me sick, especially with the military background that my family has and love of country. And it's apparent that the NFL does not love the country. Because I'm going to tell you guys something else, and this is something that you also really have to consider. Isn't it intriguing that protesting the national anthem has become a symbol basically for protesting Donald Trump? A sign of protest for protesting Donald Trump? Protesting the national anthem has become a sign of protest against President Donald Trump. Says a lot, doesn't it? How intriguing is that? That's what we're dealing with. We are dealing with a bunch of people that hate America. They despise America. They don't think that this country's great. American exceptionalism, that's done. They don't care about this country. They want to make this country like every other nation, in the world. They want all nations to be the same. It's kind of like that one world government philosophy that it talks about in the Word of God, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm sorry, this stuff really agitates me. Really just gets under my skin. Because, our men and women have suffered so much, have went through so much, have sacrificed so much just to defend this nation's freedom. And what do? They disrespect that symbol for freedom. Do they have the freedom to disrespect it? Yes. But like I said, we have freedom under the First Amendment to hammer them for disrespecting that symbol. So don't say that by saying, you shouldn't be doing that it's not right for you to do that that's un-American. No, we have every right to express our opinion. For you to say that we can't express that, I guess if you're trying to make it a legal thing, then I guess that is un-American. Just as un-American, you have a right to say that I don't have to say it. But I tell you, we can go on, round and round all day. This kind of garbage is just absolutely ridiculous. Guys, I'm telling you, this liberal garbage is getting so absolutely out of control. Absolutely out of control. And I want to play for you the audio bit from the head coach of the Steelers. What's his name again? I don't even remember what his name is. I don't really care. Mike Tomlin. I want to play for you the audio bit of Mike Tomlin. Let you guys hear it for yourself. It'll probably make you as mad as it has made me. Apologize for getting a little bit agitated here, but I don't apologize. It's a sign of weakness. No, no, it's an NCIS thing. No, I'm kidding. But I tell you, it really irritates me. It really gets to me because these people hate this country. You don't turn the national anthem into a political thing, or you don't protest the national anthem as a sign of political opposition. Put it that way. We don't politicize it. That's a sign of unity, and you are causing division. And if you can't come together and unify under that anthem, and you can't unify with this nation and respect our national anthem, you know what that means? I'll tell you what that means. That means that you are the source of the division, not Donald Trump. It's not the conservatives under Obama that refuse to stand for the national anthem. But it's the liberals that are refusing to stand for the national anthem because of Donald Trump and because of they just don't really like this country. So where's the source of the division? Conservatives are out there ready to stand with anybody who'll stand with them. But these liberal idiots in the NFL will not come out. They are the source of the division, and this NFL garbage, this has exposed them as the un-American pieces of scum that they are. That's exactly what has taken place. And guys, I'm going to tell you, I'm never going to watch the NFL. I don't care about the NFL. I want nothing to do with the NFL. I will never buy another Steelers jersey again. If I do, it'll be that guy that stood. I'll never buy NFL stuff again. I'm done.
Fighting liberalism one lie at a time.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Is your car taking too long to sell? Swap it. Download the Car Swap app now. It's totally free to download and use. Just swipe left or right on cars you like, get matches, discuss details, then swap. There's thousands of users looking for a car just like yours, so you'll get offers fast, usually within hours. Plus, trading gets you better value than selling. Yep, even from dealers. Get the Car Swap app today free and get the car you love fast. Fresh sponsor.
It safely eliminates stress and anxiety. It makes commuting, driving your kids around, or driving a truck more fun. It makes gift shopping easier. It's Happy Driving Stress Reduction, a revolutionary patent-pending tool that works while you drive. Find Happy Driving Stress Reduction on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. Make life easier. Buy Happy Driving Stress Reduction today.
Go get your copy of Prelude to World War III, The Rise of Islamic Republic and the Rebirth of America. World War III Series Volume 1, available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon by the authors James Rozone and Miranda Watson. By the 2020s, America was no longer a world superpower. The military had been cut to a bare-bones level, and while the U.S. was focused internally, the door opened for new powers to emerge on the world stage. In the wake of this power vacuum, China.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Is your car taking too long to sell? Swap it. Download the Car Swap app now. It's totally free to download and use. Just swipe left or right on cars you like, get matches, discuss details, then swap. There's thousands of users looking for a car just like yours, so you'll get offers fast, usually within hours. Plus, trading gets you better value than selling. Yep, even from dealers. Get the Car Swap app today free and get the car you love fast. Fresh sponsor.
It's
like what you hear? We need your support. Consider becoming a patron of the Caiden Cowger program. As a member, you'll gain access to exclusive content only available to patrons of the show. Your subscription will help fund equipment, projects, promotion, and overall production of the broadcast. To join, go to www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. That's www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. Again, www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. And thanks.
Have a brand, organization, or business? Consider becoming a sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. Reaching over 6 states, the Caiden Cowger program offers wide coverage. I'm sure you've heard that radio is dead, but research shows that 93% of Americans listen to the radio, including 92% of millennials. That's greater than television, internet, and smartphone usage. Radio isn't dead. After all, aren't you hearing this? 84% of drivers cite radio as their primary in-car entertainment device. This means your sponsorship spot is reaching consumers closest to their point of purchase. In addition, talk is the second most listened to radio format. Sponsoring the Caiden Cowger program is actually quite simple. We tell our listeners who you are, what your business does, and how to get in touch with you. It helps you and keeps our program on the air. For more information, go to www.CaidenCowgerProgram.com/sponsor.
This is President Donald J. Trump, and I would like to tell you, all of my loyal supporters, and you're all very loyal, to listen to the Caiden Cowger program on your local station. Caiden Cowger is a great guy, does an amazing job, loves Trump, and is making radio great again. His show is huge. Also, his Twitter account, @Caiden Cowger, is very bigly. So bigly, it's almost as good as Trump's. So go ahead and give him a follow. Let's make his Twitter followers number greater than Rosie O'Donnell's poor bathroom scale. Now that would be an accomplishment. You can also give him a follow on Instagram via @Caiden Cowger. Thank you, and let's make radio and America great again.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger.
Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. It is great to have you with us. So I'm going to play for you the audio bit from CBS Sports where Mike Tomlin told CBS Sports that he's not going to be partaking in the national anthem before the game that took place on Sunday. This is Mike Tomlin to CBS Sports. Go ahead and listen to this.
The headlines have been challenging for the NFL over the past 48 hours with some remarks coming from President Trump. You saw what happened this morning in London with the first game being played. How have you handled that with this team going into this game?
You know, these are very divisive times for our country. And, you know, for us as a football team, it's about us remaining solid. We're not going to be divided by anything said by anyone. And that's the thing that I posted to our guys. I said, if you feel the need to do anything, I'm going to be supportive of that. As Americans, you have that right. But whatever we do, we're going to do 100%. We're going to do together. We're not going to let divisive times or divisive individuals affect our agenda. This collection of men, we're chasing something here in 2017, and we're not going to play politics with football players, with football coaches.
Really?
We're not participating in the anthem today.
Oh.
Not to be disrespectful to the anthem, to remove ourselves from the circumstance. People shouldn't have to choose.
That's hilarious.
If a guy wants to go about his normal business and participate in the anthem,
right.
he shouldn't be forced to choose sides. If a guy feels the need to do something, he shouldn't be separated from his teammate who chooses not to. So we're not participating today. That's our decision. We're going to be 100%. We came here to play a football game. That's our intentions, and we're going to play to win.
To be clear, that means your team won't be on the field.
We will not be on the field.
So Mike Tomlin said that there's just so much division in this country. Just so much division in this country that, you know, we're just not going to engage in all. So, you know what? We're going to do an act of division rather than standing for the national anthem. We're just not even going to go out and honor it. They caused division. Mike Tomlin caused division. That guy should be removed as head coach. He should be completely removed as head coach. And, thank the Lord for that one Steeler. They weren't 100%. He wanted to be 100%, but they weren't 100%. Alejandro Villanueva went out and stood for the national anthem. He's a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 78. I tell you guys, absolutely sick. Now I want to read for you what this article says pertaining to Villanueva, who is number, once again, let me get you his number. His number is, he's number 70, I think, 78. But, guys, the thing is that Villanueva went out there, regardless of what his team did, and he showed respect for our country, showed respect for the national anthem. Now listen to this. This is from FoxNews.com. Football fans across America were clamoring for the jersey of Pittsburgh Steelers offensive tackle Alejandro Villanueva on Monday, a day after the former Army Ranger broke team orders by being the only player to come out of the locker room for the national anthem. Villanueva, who stood alone while the Star-Spangled Banner was playing on Sunday in Chicago, currently has the number one selling jersey on the NFL's web store, ahead of top players including Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Derek Carr. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin appeared to take a swipe at Villanueva, the Bronze Star recipient, and his decision in a post-game press conference. Tomlin told the media that prior to kickoff Sunday, the Steelers held a team meeting and decided, though not unanimously, to not come out of the locker room for the national anthem. Like I said, I was looking for 100% participation. We were going to be respectful of our football team. Tomlin said when asked about Villanueva ignoring the order and coming out for the anthem. Tomlin added that the intent was to have his team to focus on the game and not President Trump's comments, blasting players who chose to protest during the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Many of them felt like something needed to be done. I asked those guys to discuss it, and whatever they discussed, that we would have 100% participation or we do nothing, Tomlin said after the game. They discussed it for an appropriate length of time, and they couldn't come to an understanding, so they chose to remove themselves from it. They were not going to be disrespectful in the anthem, so they chose not to participate, but at the same time, many of them were not going to accept the words of the president. That was the head football coach, Mike Tomlin. Villanueva, who served 3 tours in Afghanistan, decided to stand his ground instead and placed his hand over his heart while the anthem played. He has not spoken publicly since Sunday's game. One of Villanueva's teammates, Cam Hayward, said, "We support our guy Al." He feels he had to do it. This guy served his country. We thank him for it, Hayward told ESPN. Tomlin said Sunday that the team is not politicians, but coaches and professional athletes. So, here's the thing. This head football coach said he wanted 100% participation. 100% participation in response to Villanueva. So, to a certain degree, he was criticizing Villanueva for not doing the unifying team as a united football team. What about being united as Americans, Coach? What about being united as a country? You think that that's not divisive, not showing up for a national anthem? You think that that's not disrespectful? So that's what I mean. Football is everything to these people, to some of these idiots. And then they're actually, not football is everything, their political agenda is everything. Then football. But patriotism, love of country, that's not even on there. That's not even on there. And it's really disturbing when you think about it, because these people are willing to disgrace this nation, and they're doing so in the name of football. Well, we believe in respect to football, but not in America. Oh, really? So America doesn't come first. I don't care what football fan you talk to, but they do place country above football. Country does come first. You ask a lot of the football players, 50, 60 years ago, country comes first. God will come before that. But football apparently has become their god. And it's not even really football, like I said. It's not the game. They're using the game as an excuse. But the real thing is their politics. Politics is above football to them. They can't be unified. They got so offended by Donald Trump saying that people who refuse to stand for the national anthem should be fired, that are playing sports. They got so offended that they just couldn't take it. They had to show how much they disrespect this country. That's absolutely sick. Absolutely sick. Well, I want to tell you that this is really kind of good for us as patriots is what I'm referring to. Because what it says here on Deadline.com, Sunday night football ratings are down again on day of player protests. This is by Dominic Patton. Listen to this. This was published today in reference to what took place on Sunday. On a day of full criticism from Donald Trump, political protests, linked arms, players taking a knee or not coming on the field at all during the national anthem, and renewed pleas for unity from the league, NBC and the NFL took a ratings hit on Sunday Night Football. They took an 8% dip from last week. There you go.
Some say he's the next Rush Limbaugh.
I tell you, this kid's got 90% of Rush's venom with only 10% of the biomass.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger.
Somebody had to say it.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
It safely eliminates stress and anxiety. It makes commuting, driving your kids around, or driving a truck more fun. It makes gift shopping easier. It's Happy Driving Stress Reduction, a revolutionary patent-pending tool that works while you drive. Find Happy Driving Stress Reduction on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. Make life easier. Buy Happy Driving Stress Reduction today.
Go get your copy of Prelude to World War III, The Rise of Islamic Republic and the Rebirth of America. World War III Series Volume 1, available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon by the authors James Rozone and Miranda Watson. By the 2020s, America was no longer a world superpower. The military had been cut to a bare-bones level, and while the U.S. was focused internally, the door opened for new powers to emerge on the world stage. In the wake of this power vacuum, China.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventors information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108.
This is President Donald J. Trump, and I would like to tell you, all of my loyal supporters, and you're all very loyal, to listen to the Caiden Cowger program on your local station. Caiden Cowger is a great guy, does an amazing job, loves Trump, and is making radio great again. His show is huge. Also, his Twitter account, @Caiden Cowger, is very bigly. So bigly, it's almost as good as Trump's. So go ahead and give him a follow. Let's make his Twitter followers number greater than Rosie O'Donnell's poor bathroom scale. Now that would be an accomplishment. You can also give him a follow on Instagram via @Caiden Cowger. Thank you, and let's make radio and America great again.
Have a brand, organization, or business? Consider becoming a sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. Reaching over 6 states, the Caiden Cowger program offers wide coverage. I'm sure you've heard that radio is dead, but research shows that 93% of Americans listen to the radio, including 92% of millennials. That's greater than television, internet, and smartphone usage. Radio isn't dead. After all, aren't you hearing this? 84% of drivers cite radio as their primary in-car entertainment device. This means your sponsorship spot is reaching consumers closest to their point of purchase. In addition, talk is the second most listened to radio format. Sponsoring the Caiden Cowger program is actually quite simple. We tell our listeners who you are, what your business does, and how to get in touch with you. It helps you and keeps our program on the air. For more information, go to www.CaidenCowgerProgram.com/sponsor.
Like what you hear? We need your support. Consider becoming a patron of the Caiden Cowger program. As a member, you'll gain access to exclusive content only available to patrons of the show. Your subscription will help fund equipment, projects, promotion, and overall production of the broadcast. To join, go to www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. That's www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. Again, www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. And thanks.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network, where America comes to talk.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Bill Tomlin is one of the NFL executives, okay? He is a former professional American football player, played running back for one season for the Houston Oilers, and he later became the general manager of the Chicago Bears and Indianapolis Colts. But anyway, he is an NFL executive, all right? Well, anyway, here's the thing. His daughter decided to call in to the Rush Limbaugh program and express her thoughts on this entire case, and I want you to go ahead and listen to this. This is from the Rush Limbaugh show, and this is Bill Tomlin's daughter.
Here's Laurie in Colorado Springs. I'm glad you called. Great to have you here.
Well, hi, Rush. It's just awesome to talk to you. I can't even believe I'm talking to you.
Well, here you are. It's great to have you with us. It really is.
Well, I just wanted to call. Longtime fan. Our whole family is a longtime fan of yours, back from Kansas City Royals. My grandpa was a longtime season ticket holder and club member all through the 80s. Loved you then. And they were my mom. I'm definitely a Rush baby. But my husband's 27-year veteran of the Army, just retired in January, so big military supporters as well. But I had to call, and I can't even believe I'm talking to you when you mentioned my dad's name, Bill Tobin, earlier.
You're Bill Tobin's daughter?
I am.
Holy smokes!
And
is it Bill or Vince that worked at the Lions?
Bill worked at the Lions. Vince was the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. My dad started in 1975 with the Packers for a few years, and he was instrumental. He drafted Walter Payton, instrumental in the Bears, in the Bears' 85 Super Bowl. After that, went to the Colts. Was with the Lions briefly, and is now actually working for my brother Duke with the Bengals. So
now let me ask you, Laurie. Wait, our phone system's very bad. When you're talking, you can't hear me. It's not your fault, but I need to ask you a specific question. Was Bill Tobin, was your dad at the Lions when Matt Millen was the general manager? Okay, because I talked to him. The reason I'm asking you, I went in when the day Ford Field opened. It was a pregame against the exhibition game against Steelers. It was the first game, maybe the second game of the season. And as they were escorting me through the stadium, meeting people, and your dad came up and said hello to me and introduced himself. And say, hey, we're big fans and all. He was as nice as he could be. I've never forgotten it. That's why the name, I remember the name Bill Tobin when I saw the news story with him quoted today.
Well, let me tell you, he's seen a lot, and over the years, the many, many years he's been with the NFL, and, he's definitely seen the changes, and, it's not for the better, but, it's been a great ride growing up with the Bears, and the exciting time when we were in Chicago, as well as, down the line, but.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. One thing I was going to say, I was glad to see, I know the Bengals are, they've had their share of downs this year, but, Fox News had, Johnny Joey, the gentleman that lost his legs in Iraq, and I guess he spoke with the Bengals on Monday and talked about how they, no one will stand or no one will sit on our sidelines. And I didn't see anything. I didn't see any pictures of their game this weekend against the Packers. But I hope that I don't know. It's just so much going on. But it's. My dad.
Well, your dad. I'm looking for the story now, and it must be in a stack that I can't get to right. But your dad had some really. I mean, they were clear cut and to the point comments about what's happening in the NFL, in which he said, look, people have concussions outside the NFL. People die outside it. People never played football. These things all happen. And to claim that football is responsible for all these things, it's sad. And what they ought to do is don't harm the game. Let people that want to play the game sign something and let them play the game. The way the game is meant to be played, there are plenty of people that want to and all that. And I thought, Lori, that it was a courageous thing to say in this particular atmosphere.
Well, you know what it is? I think it's from my mom sent me the link, and I didn't read the article yet, but it's because they went up to play in Green Bay, and my dad started his career back in 1975 with Dan Devine at the Packers. So I think it was a sports writer, I'm pretty sure, up there. Now I wish I had read it all and stuff, but, busy with kids. My mom sends me a lot of things, and I get to it eventually, unfortunately. That's the difference between,
Well, you need to read this link. I mean, I can tell you're proud of your dad, but you should read this link because, it's clearly an old school guy and he loves the game as it's always been played and so forth. And it was, mentioned he's with Bengals. It was a really, that's why it stands out with me today. Drew Brees is the one player that said something today or yesterday that I saw, that stands out. Brees acknowledged, he said what he had to say about Trump's comments and so, but he said, I'm never going to understand not standing for the anthem. I don't ever want to see that. And
exactly.
That was,
right.
Exactly.
I mean, only player that I've heard say that.
Well, one more thing, just to throw a real big kink in it, if you'll Google his name, he played back in 63 and 64 with the Missouri Tigers. Mizzou, so he's a Mizzou grad. So needless to say, he has seen a lot.
Well, if he was at Mizzou back then, and it was at Mizzou when Mizzou was Mizzou. All right. Well, this is Lori, and she is the daughter of Bill Tobin, and I happened to mention him in the story last hour. And what are the odds that she would get through here? I am so glad that you did. I've got to go because I'm out of time, but it's been a sheer joyful pleasure talking to you.
So that was Rush Limbaugh talking to Bill Tobin's daughter. And one of the things that's also important to point out there is that notice one of the things that Rush said is that there's been one player that has chastised the NFL and what's been taking place here pertaining to the lack of patriotism and disrespecting the national anthem. So, guys, I tell you, it's absolutely sick what we are witnessing with the National Football League. It's un-American, it's anti-American, and it is promoting liberal agitprop, a hatred of this country. On a wide scale, mainstream. And rather than standing with their team, or rather than standing, I'll take that back, rather than standing with the customers, these NFL owners and the teams are standing with liberals, with politics. They are politicizing the NFL. And that's the thing that gets me. They're blaming Trump for politicizing the National Football League. No, it's this Kaepernick garbage that is politicizing this stuff. Refusing to stand for the national anthem? What is that? Is that not politicizing it? Then making the remark, well, if you're going to politicize it and you're going to, if you're going to disrespect our country, disrespect our vets, disrespect the values of this nation, and if you're going to participate in an act of hatred of the United States, I'm not watching your stupid little games. That's somehow divisive. You people are the originators of the division. Are you dumb? Have you had too many concussions? I don't know what's happening. Don't go out and stand for the anthem, okay, son? Or anthem, okay, son? Oh, okay. Tell you, it's so stupid, so absolutely stupid. These people are such pinheads that are in these head positions, but that's fine. Just stop watching the NFL. That's what I'm doing. I'm not watching NFL. I'm just gonna, stick to baseball and college football. That's what you do. When this kind of garbage is taking place, we'll just go to the next level until that becomes corrupted. So We'll be back.
Caiden Cowger. Keeping America straight.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
It safely eliminates stress and anxiety. It makes commuting, driving your kids around, or driving a truck more fun. It makes gift shopping easier. It's happy driving stress reduction, a revolutionary patent-pending tool that works while you drive. Find Happy Driving Stress Reduction on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. Make life easier. Buy Happy Driving Stress Reduction today.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
Go get your copy of Prelude to World War III, The Rise of Islamic Republic and the Rebirth of America. World War III Series Volume 1, available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon by the authors James Rozone and Miranda Watson. By the 2020s, America was no longer a world superpower. The military had been cut to a bare-bones level, and while the U.S. was focused internally, the door opened for new powers to emerge on the world stage. In the wake of this power vacuum, China.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108.
Have a brand, organization, or business? Consider becoming a sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. Reaching over 6 states, the Caiden Cowger program offers wide coverage. I'm sure you've heard that radio is dead, but research shows that 93% of Americans listen to the radio, including 92% of millennials. That's greater than television, internet, and smartphone usage. Radio isn't dead. After all, aren't you hearing this? 84% of drivers cite radio as their primary in-car entertainment device. This means your sponsorship spot is reaching consumers closest to their point of purchase. In addition, talk is the second most listened to radio format. Sponsoring the Caiden Cowger program is actually quite simple. We tell our listeners who you are, what your business does, and how to get in touch with you. It helps you and keeps our program on the air. For more information, go to www.CaidenCowgerProgram.com/sponsor.
Like what you hear? We need your support. Consider becoming a patron of the Caiden Cowger program. As a member, you'll gain access to exclusive content only available to patrons of the show. Your subscription will help fund equipment, projects, promotion, and overall production of the broadcast. To join, go to www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. That's www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. Again, www.patreon.com/Caiden Cowger. And thanks.
This is President Donald J. Trump, and I would like to tell you, all of my loyal supporters, and you're all very loyal, to listen to the Caiden Cowger program on your local station. Caiden Cowger is a great guy, does an amazing job, loves Trump, and is making radio great again. His show is huge. Also, his Twitter account, @Caiden Cowger, is very big league. so bigly, it's almost as good as Trump's. So go ahead and give him a follow. Let's make his Twitter followers number greater than Rosie O'Donnell's poor bathroom scale. Now that would be an accomplishment. You can also give him a follow on Instagram via @Caiden Cowger. Thank you, and let's make radio and America great again.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network, where America comes to talk.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, guys, welcome back. Yeah. So I tell you, this stuff is just so absolutely outrageous, absolutely insane. It's all anti-American dirt. It is. The sales are down for the NFL. The ratings are down for the NFL. These people are spitting on the veterans. They're spitting on every single person that has ever sacrificed their life for this nation. It is absolutely sickening. Absolutely sickening. I want to play for you one more audio bit to get another reaction on this. This is Michael Savage. Michael Savage is a guy that he's on I think he's like the fourth most listened to radio host in the nation. He had an interesting commentary on this. I want to go ahead and play the audio bit for you here. This is Michael Savage. We're going to get through part of it in this last segment. Go ahead and listen to this. This is Savage.
Savage Nation, you think you've heard everything that you could possibly hear about the National Felons League, but you haven't, because you haven't heard me, Michael Savage. Let me make it very clear to you. The National Felons League is spitting on America, not the fans.
Mm-hmm.
By doing this knee thing, which I'll tell you about in a minute, in a way maybe you don't know, it all started with one failed player who was influenced by his radical Muslim girlfriend. Yes, she was born in Egypt, or both of her parents are from Egypt. It was when he started sleeping with the Egyptian girl that he suddenly hated America. So the failed player, influenced by the radical Muslim girlfriend, decided to make it about himself. As many of you know, I have just written a book about God. There's a passage from the Bible I'd like to quote for you. It's from Proverbs 3:31, and it reads, "Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways." Today the oppressors are the bullies of the NFL, who kneel or hide when our national anthem is being played.
There you go.
And let me repeat, the national anthem is who they are, is what they are protesting, is it not?
Yes,
the national anthem is
exactly.
about a nation, not about a president.
You got it.
So when President Trump says players who protested the national anthem being played before games should be fired from their teams over the weekend, well, the whole world exploded. Yesterday, America was treated to NFL players taking a knee, or sitting or locking arms while the national anthem was being played in protest of what the president said. Well, guess what? They weren't protesting a president, the entire nation.
There you go. And that's Dr. Michael Savage, and he hit the nail on the head with that. They are protesting the country. And I'll tell you guys, this is one of the things that I said pertaining to this entire case, because a lot of people have been saying, well, you know, it's un-American to say that these people should be fired. I've heard a lot of these liberals saying that on MSNBC and on CNN. And this is what I wrote in an article that I'm supposed to come out on Wednesday. I went ahead and published it today. And it reads, "These players are not expressing their anti-American vitriol on their own time and by their own means. They are using the NFL company and visual game distribution to promote their political agenda while they are on the clock as active employees. They are pushing an anti-American message while they are on duty at their workplace. They are using the NFL brand to promote their propaganda, and it is damaging the league's reputation. The team owners of the NFL have every right to fire them. When they are wearing the uniform, when you're wearing the uniform of your employer, you are serving as an on-duty representative. When an NFL player takes a knee, refusing to honor the flag and this country, they are representing the position of the National Football League. These players have the constitutional right to disrespect our flag, but team owners have the constitutional right to fire the players for misrepresenting their brand. And that's exactly spot on. So, guys, I want to thank you for listening to us. Boycott the NFL. For more information on the Caiden Cowger program, go to CaidenCowgerProgram.com. And for the latest news exposing the left, go to CowgerNation.com. Thank you. God bless, and God save this nation.